big breaking news coming in from Tripura, and this is a shocker of a story coming in. Massive political development. The Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Deb has resigned, and this, interestingly, resignation comes in just months before the elections. That's the big breaking news which is coming in. There's been a massive reshuffle within the BJP, and the new chief minister is going to be announced around 5 p.m. is what we are picking up. In fact, the latest that we are getting to hear is that the chief minister resigned. A new leader is going to be elected. Union Minister Bhupendra Yadav and Party General Secretary Vinod Tawde have appointed a central observer who already arrived in Agartala of Tripura. Tripura's BJP Legislative Party has been convened to elect the new leader. And all of this, interesting, is ahead of the next polls. Remember, Biplab Deb has been very, very controversial in the past with the kind of statements that he has made. What really is the reason for his removal right ahead of the polls? Well, we are not aware. Remember, the elections have been advanced to November 2022. That's the big story that we are getting for you, is that the chief ministers quit right ahead of that. Let me go across to Nibir Deka, who's joining us with all the details. Nibir, what are you picking up? What is the reason behind Biplab Deb's sudden removal, or was it already on the cards?
As of now, the big breaking news is that Biplab Deb has resigned. There is a high-level meeting underway to decide on as to who becomes the next chief minister, and this comes months ahead of the Tripura Assembly polls next year. And there has been issues regarding the tenure of Biplab Deb. There have been internal problems within the cabinet, within the Tripura cabinet, and I think that was the reason that has led him to resign. And so far, the meeting is ongoing. We will know more about the exact reasons as to led to the departure of Biplab Deb as the Chief Minister of Tripura.
We are still awaiting to find out what really is the reason behind that. Let me go across to Tamal Saha also, who's joining us. Tamal, who really then emerge as the front runners now that Biplab Deb has resigned?
Discount the fact that a couple of months back there had been some amount of churning within Tripura BJP, and at that point in time too, there was rumors and murmurs doing rounds that Biplab Deb might put in his papers, put down his papers, but then there was immediate intervention of the central leadership of BJP, and thereafter Biplab Deb continued as the chief minister of the state. But today, taking everyone by surprise, without giving out any sense to anyone, not even to the local reporters out there, he went to the Raj Bhavan. He gave a one-line resignation letter to the state governor, suggesting that he would want to resign from the post of chief minister, and he also added that he would want this to be effective from today itself, and that resignation letter has been accepted by the state governor, by Tripura governor. Now, this interestingly comes months ahead of Tripura Assembly elections, which is due next year. Now, we know as a matter of fact, there had been some amount of dissent within the
Tamal, just stay with us. I'll come back to you. We'll discuss the dissent in just a bit, but let's listen in to what exactly Biplab Deb has said.
হঠাৎ করে এই সিদ্ধান্ত কেন স্যার?
দেখুন, পার্টি সর্বোপরি और আমরা ভারতীয় জনতা পার্টির নিষ্ঠাবান কার্যকর্তা। তৎকালীন অধ্যক্ষ অমিত ভাই শাহজিনী আমাকে প্রদেশ সভাপতি হিসাবে নিযুক্ত করেছিলেন, और তারপর থেকে কাজ করা শুরু করেছি ওনার মার্গদর্শনে।
The party is supreme. I am merely a karyakarta. As per the wishes of the party, I am going to work to strengthen the party.
পার্টি সভাপতি হোক আর মুখ্যমন্ত্রী নাতে আমি ত্রিপুরার মানুষের সঙ্গে ন্যায় হোক সেটা করার চেষ্টা করেছি।
I've tried my best to serve the people of Tripura during my chief ministerial regime.
মুক্তি পেয়ে মানুষ একটা নতুন দিশায় চলতে চাইছিল, তো সেই দিশাতে আমাকে যেভাবে মার্গদর্শন করা হয়েছে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর দ্বারা আমি কাজ করেছি। এখন পার্টি চাইছে সামনে 23 ইলেকশন আছে, ইলেকশনে তার জন্য সংগঠনে দায়িত্ববান কার্যকর্তাকে নিয়ে আসার জন্য।
Ahead of the elections, we are trying to recalibrate the direction the party wants to go.
জিত থাকলে তবেই সরকার থাকবে, তো তার জন্য আগে 23-এর তৈরি করা প্রয়োজন।
Only if we win will there be a government, which is why we are preparing for our next term, for the next term of BJP government in Tripura.
লম্বা সময় সরকার রাখার জন্য আমার মতো কার্যকর্তার সংগঠনে কাজ করলে নিশ্চিত সংগঠন লাভান্বিত হবে।
স্যার, আপনার কথা কোথাও কি একটু আবেগপ্রবণ মনে হচ্ছে, কোথাও কি একটু মনে এরকম কষ্ট বা অভিমান হচ্ছে? যেখানে আপনার এত প্রশংসা কেন্দ্রীয় নেতৃত্বের কাছে, প্রধানমন্ত্রীজির কাছে, আজকে হঠাৎ এরকম কোথাও কি মনে হচ্ছে?
দেখুন, প্রত্যেক কাজের একটা শৈলী থাকে, তার একটা সময়সীমা থাকে, তার মধ্যে আমরা কাজ করি। আমাদেরকে যেখানে যেখানে ফিট করা হয়, মুখ্যমন্ত্রী হোক আর নের পৃষ্ঠপোষক বানিয়ে দেব।
It doesn't matter what kind of post I hold, I will continue to work for the people, continue to work for the party, either as a chief minister or as any other functionary. So let me go across to Padmaja Joshi, who's joining us. Padmaja, very interesting. Right ahead of the elections, this kind of recalibration of who's going to helm the BJP Sarkar if it does come to power the next time around.
Absolutely, and it's interesting because this is being done just months ahead of the elections. Also, the official line being taken by the BJP is that Biplab Deb is now going to have a role in the organization. So, before the elections, there is an organizational shuffle that has been done. They want to reinforce their strategy in the state. There have been, of course, a number of challenges, primary among them. Of course, this is not going to be said officially as the reason, but there is a very strong political challenge which is being posed by the Trinamool Congress, which has decided to try its luck in the states of the Northeast, in Assam, in Tripura, even though they did not do very well, mind you, in the local body elections. That being said, they are again making a push. You have, the General Secretary of the Trinamool Congress, Abhishek Banerjee, repeatedly trying to make a push for better performance of his party in Tripura. So ahead of that, the official line is that now Biplab Deb will be shuffled back to the organization, take on a more organizational role ahead of the elections, which could happen very soon.
And also, Padmaja, Biplab Deb is someone who has been mired in several controversies during his tenure. Is that something which perhaps the BJP is also taking into account?
Of course, officially, that is not ever going to be said. It is going to, the official line is going to be about how there is a need to strengthen, to re-strategize and recalibrate. And that's the reason why, even when the announcement was made, Meghna, Bhupendra Yadav very specifically said that in the last 4 years, there has been good work done under Biplab Deb, but now there is need for a change, only organization.